we have for the pages here. The question papers are personalized, and for the structured questions, there are those, for example, if you have English comprehension, we'll be using OMR form, and at the same time, we'll be using the personalized question paper to answer also the question paper. So when after answering the questions there, so if this for the structured question on the right, the details of the candidate will be on the right, and there will be area of operation. Ile kukata mahali kuna kata. Baada ya mtihani utakuwa unataka hiyo area. So let's take can I demonstrate? So let's take for instance that this corner. Are we together? This where the details of the candidate, you find the assessment number, the name of the candidate, and down here also below the candidate will also write the assessment number or random number. Are we together? And the date when the exam is done and we have to sign. After the exam, when we are doing the exam, we will tear it along this line. This is the perforated. Let's say the blue one is the perforated area. We tear it that way. Then you go across. This way. So this is the counterpart, which and then after the end of the exams, it contains the details of the candidate. Then there is a small envelope which will be given, where you slot this counterpart from the first to the last. You put them in ascending order. Are we together? You put them in ascending order and that envelope.
I'm saying it's just like last year.
Yeah. But for them, this is the first time we're going to do the exams, and most of them they've never conducted that. If that with us also we never done that. So that's one of the new innovations we put in place. And also for there are those papers that you use in both OMR form and the structured ones. So the questions will get them from the same question paper. But for the OMR, there is that part of the objectives. You'll use the OMR form to shape the answers. Are we together? A, B, C, D in that order. But the format of shading, KCP we use to cross. But this time for these pages here, you'll be shading round within the eclipse. Are you together? Don't cross, shade within the eclipse. And shade it as dark as possible. Lakini usirabu kama usitoboe hiyo karatasi. At least mahali penye nawekwa, that is a flat place with no holes. So, because if it is the tone, then the machine which is used for reading the optical map reader won't be detected. So use the HB pencil and shade it as dark as possible. We have got several papers, so I'll just read the papers for the pages here. The one, for number 901, which is English language, multiple choices questions only. Are we together? Yes. So for English language, we're using only OMR form. And those OMR form, there's an opaque envelope whereby you get the OMR forms packed inside the center number for that particular sentence written on top of that opaque paper. You tear it. Inside, you get the OMR form, and inside also you get the return envelope. There is a return envelope will be of different colors based on the either morning session or afternoon session. But there's a video here that will showing you then the colors to be used for those particular sessions. So for English composition, this is structured only. So the students will be answering on that question paper. And at the end of the day, just the same way we do it in PSSC, at the end of the day, you will be clear that perforated area. But don't tear for that. That one for your mark form, please. Where mark form, don't tear in. So, there is no perforated area for your mark form. Number 3 is Swahili Lugha. That one is 901/2. Are we together? Yes. 901/2. The third one is 901/1 is Swahili Lugha. Swahili Lugha, the multiple choice question only. So that one we use the OMAC form only. Then we go to Kiswahili insha. It is structured. No OMAC form. So we ensure that for the insha it use all the structured one. Then for mathematics it is structured and choices. So with this one we will be using the OMAC form plus the structured question paper. For the Kenya Sign Language, this is cost of one multiple choices only. So there is no structured questions. For Kenya Sign Language, yeah? Are we together?
Are you going to share with us this?
No problem, we'll discuss. Me and Mudi will complete the other questions. Really will answer. So, for the integrated science theory, there will be structure and multiple choice. So in this case, we use the OMAN form plus the structure, whereby the perforated, whereby you be counterpoint to the Kakuna Kata. Tuko pamoja? Agriculture and nutrition theory, structure and multiple choice. Most of them, so let's say from agriculture, CRE, Islamic, Hindu, creative art, pre-technical, all this, you will be using the personalized one plus the OMAC form. So most of the papers will be having both structured and OMAC form. But ensure that the OMAC form is well backed, and in case there is any student who is absent, indicate on the attendance register. And also that one you get in CP2. There is that account for CP2 whereby all the absent candidates, the supervisor will be doing that in your CP2 account. You will tell us that they are about to be absent candidates. So ensure that question paper cover sheet usiweke ndani ya usiweke pamoja na scripts. Sawa? Hiyo unarudisha pamoja na question papers. If there is any question paper remaining, you just return it inside that packet and return it for
the cover page we're talking about is for cases mostly because iko na majina ya wanafunzi na index number. That one should not be put in cross with the candidate script. Hiyo ikuje na hiyo envelope ambayo unarudisha na absent candidate script. Okay? Hiyo ndio unarudisha. Hiyo packet cover page usiweke ndani ya script, mahali unaweka script ya wanafunzi. So unarudisha kwa account direct.
Are we together? The supervisors for the three secondary schools. Are we together? So ensure that the cover page which contains the name of the student within that center is not returned with the script return envelope. So
we are hiding the identity of the packets. Sasa ukiweka ile cover page iko na shule na majina ya watoto wenu ya marking examiners, utajua hii ni comparison.
And then at the end of the day, hiyo kukata hiyo the perforated area you to make any sense, because you want the examiners not to know the area where the students are coming from. So
we use random numbers.
we use only the random numbers. Number two, for every packet, this one is applicable for the ACSE. For every packet, let's say for instance for Parada Boys, we got 5 packets. Are we together? One of the 5 packets, there is the strict control form. Packet number 1, if there are 20, ensure that you return those you return the scripts inside that. If you given 5 return envelopes, so ensure that the first one tallies as per the question papers. If the first packet has got 1 to 30, ensure that the script control form also is for all the 30. And the number of question paper, the number of the scripts returned inside is also 30. Don't you use only 1 packet in a case whereby you are given 5 of them. So each and every packet, it has got its own return strict control form. And
Okay, I want to add there something, you know. if Korokorani Secondary School is using 5 packet return, kama watoto ni wengi, ni bahasha ya kwanza, wangapi wameingia? 50, si ndio? So that is one of 5. If there are 5 packets to be used, 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, 5 of 5. Those are 5 packets for the candidate. All the 5 packets this year will have script control form. Zamani kulikuwa na moja, lakini siku hizi 001 to 0025 sini watoto wanafunzi 25 utakuwa na script control yao kwa hiyo bahasha. 026 to 050 kunakuwa na script control yao kwa hiyo bahasha. So how many script control forms? 5. And each one will go into index kama range. Na hiyo ikuwe na absent candidate unaandika hapo. Ni sawa? Hiyo umeelewa? Last year it was like that. But previous years script control form inakwenda wanafunga tupa bahasha ya kwanza. It's a challenge.
So, let me continue. Handling with the counterpoint. The counterpoint ensure that it is detached after the end of the exam. Don't detach it when the exam is going on. So, ensure that by the time the candidates are through the exam, you help them to detach. This provides to ensure that the invigilator assists the students in case a student is not able to detach it well, help the student to do that, or the invigilators to help them most of the cases. Sitting plan. For the sitting plan, ensure that the sitting plan is not stamped or signed. So, because if you sign and you stamp it, it will still show us that this one belongs to this particular school and you packed it inside. And for the pages, when you will be writing the teacher's report, ensure that one of the setting plans for the compulsory subjects, you enclose it. Just one. A copy, place you can even take a copy of the English or the Swahili. You attach it to your report. So that in case you've got a problem with a given student, you just refer to the compulsory subject where you just this and this student have to exams. So in your setting, say that there is no clear and key player. So for the key player, just for the information for key player, we don't give the question papers. Key player, you just download the papers from the system, and the teacher who is concerned marks those papers within the school, and it captures all the scores for those particular students, and the hard copies will be sent to this other one. And for every 10 students, there is only one invigilator. And likewise, whereby for the normal candidate, for every 20, there is one invigilator. Handling of the question papers for the absentee students, ensure that if a student is absent, you put it inside that bucket, you leave it inside that bucket, and you put it in front of the students there until the end of the exams. Let nobody remove it from that bucket, from that place. Supervise it as we are all to ensure that that bucket is retained where it is supposed to be. And at the end of the day, it is supposed to be returned back to the container with these other scripts. Inside that packet, the
Yes,
packet contains the question paper, but it will be packed separate. Then you take it back to the container, together with these other ones. So let's take it with 5 packets for the script, and the 6th one should be the question paper for the absentee students. So you'll be having 6 packets. The 6 with the 5 of them will be the script, and the other one will be the question paper which is not used in the exams. Let me just proceed. Handling of the practical papers, so this one applicable to the secondary school. The only person who requires to handle the practical is the chemistry teacher. chemistry teacher is supposed to do the practical. Biology teacher and the physics teacher, the only practical which carry out within the lab. And that question paper which is used by the teacher is supposed to be put in front of the student there, and it will be only given to him 30 minutes to the end of exams. And ensure that at least we do 2 sessions. That's mostly applicable to chemistry. 2 sessions, at least, at most, not at least, at most 2 sessions. So if you don't have the apparatus, ensure that you buy the apparatus and you avail them during that particular time. And the science teacher, this teacher is supposed to go to the school a day two. And in case if you have to go there early, you go there at 5 after the end of the exam. Let's say if the practical is tomorrow, you go to the school today at 5. Now, you do those preparation. Or the weekend before that, you should have prepared everything so that day you just do the final part of it. But don't be in the school in the morning, you have preparing the lab for the students. That one won't allow.
Okay, note that there are 2 types of preparation. That practical, kuna ile kuleta assemble apparatus, kuleta samples, kwa lab, sindio? That's all you are told, do it over the weekend. But actually settling the exam for the day, preparation, you come the day preceding the exam. Kama anasema ni kama ni kesho asubuhi, kuja hapa kama leo, weka kila kitu kwa meza ile inatakiwa kwa final. Sawa. And then you conduct the practical 30 minutes when the exam is left with 30 minutes because it's required to be completed. Usichukue mapema ufanye hiyo practical au kuna answers alafu mnatumana answers kwa wanafunzi kutoka dirisha. That's not the lab. Do it to the last. Aende.
Let us proceed. For any center the candidate doing that, like print papers, like print or break, like print break, none. So in case you be transferred to a school whereby those cases are there, for the brain papers, there is a separate packet for packing the brain, and for the light print, you pack it together with this other answer scripts. So don't pack the large print papers separately. And we'll also put one, the brain will be provided with envelope for packing the brain scripts. And you know the action cases. Who can tell me what is action case? A student doing some kind of action cases.
Under police custody.
Huh?
Under police custody.
Yes. In case there is such a case within your center, the center will provide you with a special envelope for packing the action cases. The center, the subcon director will give us another invigilator for that student. And the security officer will be taking the exam to that candidate, wherever he is, be it in the police station at hospitality at then ensure that supervisory invigilator is taken care of within that particular center. In case that center was supposed to have 5 invigilators and 1 supervisor, you just give us, you add there on top and you write a cover letter that this one was added because we had a student who was taking the exams under special case. And that person will just be paid. Conduct of the oral